Hi, welcome to A Week in Weatherfield, the Coronation Street review show presented by two people who've never given mouth-to-mouth to a sick cat. I'm David Brown.
And I'm Jonathan Hughes.
This week's headlines: Sepsis nightmare,
Platt spats,
and Frisky in the freezer. Well, blood poisoning, or septicemia, has been the real storyline of the year in terms of dramas. We've had Nurse Barbara on Call the Midwife, Nick Grundy on The Archers, and now Jack Webster on Coronation Street. It's all a bit grim, isn't it? I thought we'd get frothy affair for the summer. Seems not.
After feeling shot everyone.
Yeah,
and
Aidan killed himself.
Ended his life, and we've had sexual assault, and we've had really grim topics. So yeah, get ready for summer in Weatherfield, guys.
Yeah.
It's really grim. But as you say, a hot TV topic. Maybe Corrie felt a bit left behind by Call the Midwife, and everyone crying their eyes out at Nurse Barbara.
We want a bit of that.
We want a slice of that dramatic action, and it is certainly dramatic, I think.
It's quite grim though. I suppose it kind of says something about where people's tolerance levels were, because I was all right with the feeling bloodbath. I was, whatever.
Didn't faze you.
No, but this I thought, what we're going to get next week, an amputation of a 7-year-old boy's foot.
It's really grim, but it is interesting. I guess it's a topic with soaps generally. What pushes your buttons? Like Corrie, as we've just listed, has done some very, very dark topics in the last 6 to 12 months. And this is the thing that kind of tipped you over the edge. I particularly struggled thinking about it with. I'm kind of fine with the sepsis, to be honest. I think that the Bethany grooming plot, I remember that just being so disturbing and so haunting, and it really, I don't know, just made you really, think about these awful things that soaps try and get you to think about and address, so that these things are confronted in real life. So I don't know, it's.
But then for me, I was kind of thinking, I'm going to could potentially be watching this with my own children, who are then going to see someone of their age kind of lose their foot.
Family viewing.
Oof, you know. I'm liking the way Kevin says sepsis though.
How's he say
sepsis?
Sepsis.
Sophie, he's got sepsis. It's a perfect Mancunian word. I'm from Manchester, so I feel like I can speak about this with.
You have to teach me.
Authenticity.
I like how he rolls his R's slightly. When Rosie, I've got to phone Rosie.
Yeah, at the garage.
I've got sepsis. I don't know why I'm doing that mouth. Yeah. But what about Sophie? Because she's kind of our key to this storyline, isn't she? And I think Brooke Vincent has been really, really good this week. I think she's been great. I mean, like the fact that we're kind of seeing it through Sophie, and the fact that she feels, that she's been let down by the GPs, that she feels guilty. Well, happy 70th birthday, NHS. Yeah. Sophie's now going to try and sue the NHS. That's pretty
dark in the week of all those celebrations.
Yeah,
happy birthday, slap Rana across the face.
Rana, I think is going to fly past this camera in a minute. She sent her flying, didn't she?
Yeah. But it wasn't the only bit of fighting talk this week.
Lots of fighting this week.
With the Platts.
Spats.
Yeah, we saw Bethany lash out at Ryan. Yeah. And then Mum Sarah also getting involved.
Mama Bear.
Yeah. Yeah,
went absolutely ape at Ryan. David also was a ball of rage, understandably so. He's been through a terrible ordeal, but he was really raging at the kids for putting makeup on, and then at Billy. And the thing about the Platts, they're one of the biggest, most important families on the street. But they're all quite slight people, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they're Diddy, aren't they?
They're Diddy people, all of them. But now they're kind of the most terrifying family on the street.
You wouldn't mess.
Running around beating people up.
Yeah. What next? I mean, what could Gail do?
I think Gail's going to go a bit
only a matter of time.
I think, Lewis Archer is still out there, isn't he?
Yes.
So I think as and when Lewis reappears, hello Gail, I'm here to seduce you with my charm. I don't think so, Lewis. I'm going to get you in a headlock. But you'll need a box because, as we say, Gail's quite little and he's quite tall, quite normal sized. So I reckon I think Lewis is the one to push her buttons, and she'll go kind of all martial arts on him. Can't you see that?
I think Audrey's going to go spare in the salon because she can't get to grips with that iPad. She's going to end up smashing Maria in the face with it.
Maria, darling, what's going on with it? I can't be doing this, Maria. I'm gonna have to shoot you in the face, my darling. I'm sorry. I can't have Mrs. Buttersworth come in for a blow dry at the wrong time, so I'm afraid I'm gonna have to kick you. So
you want to invest in this business? She's like rams her fingers in the drawer of the till or something over there.
Oh my God, they're gonna be like scary family, like they're gonna be like the Incredibles.
Yeah, well, I think by the end of the year they should be kind of parachuted into war zones, like land like that. You know what I mean? They kind of like, Platt attack. It would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah.
They're sowing the seeds for this.
Yeah,
absolutely. I really want to see Audrey Maria, like, you know, in the boxing ring, like Kill Bill, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
With all the blood splattering everywhere. Yeah. But if there was fighting in one corner of the street, there was a bit of loving elsewhere, wasn't there?
Ooh.
In that freezer.
It's hotting up in the cold freezer. How cold was it in that freezer, though?
Well, I mean, it's ridiculous because Michelle was shot a month ago.
Barely that.
And now she's kind of having sex in
a freezer, which can't have been comfortable positions to get into. I think maybe Michelle's bullet wound might have been cauterized by the extreme temperatures. Do you think? And it was all fine. Maybe it's the physio. Maybe she went to Dr. Gaddis.
Yeah.
Or Ali.
He gets called Gaddash. She gets called Gaddash sometimes.
Gaddash.
As well.
That's Kevin.
Yeah.
And they said, yes, well, Miss Connor, I think what you need is some course of antibiotics and just get jiggy in the freezer with your fella. What's all that about? I think...
I don't know why there wasn't an emergency button, you know, to kind of get out of that freezer.
Maybe
either.
they didn't want to press the emergency button.
Yeah.
And the mood took them.
Yeah.
I think this kind of reminded me also, recently over in EastEnders, down south in our rivals soap, Stacey and Martin were at it everywhere. Do you remember? They were like having secret, saucy, sexy time.
That's right.
All over the square.
Yeah. So where could Michelle and Robert end up doing the business?
Well, they've just built that set extension, haven't they? So they've got a lot of choice now. I think, you know when you're waiting for your coffee in Costa at the end, at the counter? Well, now they've got the branded Costa in Weatherfield, haven't they? So I think just waiting, you know, they put your name, coffee for Michelle. Oh, sorry, love, I'll come back in 5 minutes. I think in Costa, definitely.
Maybe in the urban garden, when everything's in bloom.
I think that, especially in this weather.
I
think that'd be fabulous.
Be a contrast to the cold.
Yes. Just trying it in all weathers. In all temperatures.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, the saucy devils.
They can't get their hand. Maybe in speed dial on those steps. They're kind of like.
Those steps are perilous. I'm really scared someone's going to come in. But yeah, maybe they start.
They just tumble down, conjoined.
And then Sophie goes, "I'll go to your table." That would certainly be fast food.
Yes. And what does it tell us about the sanitary conditions in the bistro?
Don't get me started. Do you know what? I'm never eating coq au vin in that restaurant ever again.
Well, as we go and look for a more suitable place to eat, we'll be back in 7 days' time with another week in Weatherfield.